Hi and welcome to this is day 6, which we didn't air yesterday. So contextualizing, realization, dynamics, and realization and clarification. Getting real with yourself basically, and taking the actions. And I wanted to add this. So Alexa, what's the meaning of contextualize? I'm just not going to do it now. Okay, maybe not. Alexa, what's the meaning of contextualize?
The verb contextualize is usually defined as to put a linguistic element, an action, etc., in a context, especially one that is characteristic or appropriate, as for purposes of study.
Thank you. So I loved the words of that, the action to contextualize this. So putting that action into context. So what is the action that you want to take, that you've identified? What was yesterday was our time and our focus that we're going to do, whether that's that set hour a day or 10 minutes a day exercise or the action for your food, but putting it into context for yourself in the language of your mind is what I'd like you to do. The dynamics, the movements, the patterns that we're going to shift in the brain, start to analyze and identify what they might be if you're aware of them. Obviously in class we will talk about this when we work week by week. We'll go over this. But for the purposes of working through these 12 days of transformation, I want you to think about a pattern that you are aware of. Don't kind of get too caught up in, oh, I don't know what my patterns are. So pick one that you're aware with. It's probably something you've already identified with on day 1, and stick to working with that. It's the patterns, the history patterns, historically, the cycles that you're working with in your own transformation and shifting, but it may well be your historical patterns or soul historical patterns. So depending on what layer of context you're putting to these 12 days, you're going to be working in different levels of awareness. But this is the result of you identifying, you putting the self-diagnosis tools into place that we've been working with over the last year. If you've been following me, you surely will be aware of. And I keep this short. So your task for today is to contextualize those patterns. So for example, you might want to put it into an affirmation about what it is that you're going to do for the day. When we did, was it yesterday, I think, or the day before, it might have been, when we did our validation and sorry, I'm distracted because my partner's reversing. I know he's going to come in and start talking. Deservability, that's the word I'm looking for, statement from Louise L. Hay. So make your own deservability statement with regards to what it is that you are action putting into context, and that putting and making and writing that statement is an action, but it needs to be an inspired action with the steps that we've worked in the previous 5 days. So I'm going to keep it short because obviously I've got today's to do. Change begins, which is for day 7, looking and the brain patterns. So we're going to look at a little bit of science of that as to why this would be a good thing to do. And I will see you in a moment.